Hi everyone, I'm Evangeline and today I'll be making possibly my most dangerous video yet. Literally, one company has already gotten back to me. This is a one-time opportunity. Holy shit, this is so unsafe. So we were wondering if we could do a sexy song. So buckle up guys, because this is going to be a wild ride. But before we begin, I wanted to let you guys know that hidden somewhere in this video is a BTS giveaway that I'm hosting in collaboration with YesStyle. YesStyle is the go-to online store for Asian beauty, fashion, and lifestyle products, and they've kindly agreed to give 2 of my subscribers some amazing BTS merchandise. So stay tuned to see how you can potentially win. Okay, so a couple of days ago, I stumbled upon this article. They wanted to be K-pop stars. Instead, these Brazilian women were forced into prostitution, police say. Basically, these young Brazilian women auditioned for what they thought was a K-pop company that actually turned out to be a human trafficking scam. As soon as they landed in Korea, their passports were confiscated and they were forced to work in the adult industry. It's so gross to think that there are people out there preying on young and naive teenagers. And what worries me even more is that recently a couple of my very own subscribers have been telling me that they've been applying for K-pop auditions on platforms like Instagram. So that got me thinking, how exactly can you distinguish between a scam and a legit K-pop company? And what are some of the red flags that you should be looking out for? Well, in order to answer this question, I decided to actually apply to a couple of these pretty dodgy looking K-pop auditions on Instagram to see if any of them are actually legitimate, and if they're not, what sort of tactics they use to manipulate young people who fall for their scams, allegedly. Okay, so the first thing we needed to do was to create a fake Instagram account. I decided to use my previously inactive dance account to pretend to be a 16-year-old K-pop fan named Sunny. Sunny was going to be one of those naive and desperate K-pop hopefuls who would do almost anything to become like her favorite K-pop idols, and her profile needed to reflect that. Which was why I turned to you guys for some help with my latest #PPP challenge. Today we're going to be looking through some of your answers, and I'm super excited to see what you guys came up with. So firstly, I think we need to determine what Sunny's favorite group is. A lot of people seem to be suggesting BTS, Blackpink, Everglow, or Twice. I agree with Reem Zero San's advice that I should pick a group that I'm already familiar with. You know what, I think I'm gonna go with Twice because they have a lot of cheerful and upbeat concepts that I think will help me look younger. Okay, next we need to come up with a username. Wow, some of these names are so cringy. But you know what? I feel like they're a bit too self-aware for Sunny. I think Sunny really wants to take herself seriously as like a K-pop artist, so she'll probably pick something that is like less intentionally funny. Ooh, I really like Filmin 4's suggestion because it includes the word dancing, so I guess I can make that Sunny's speciality or something. So I've decided to go with the name Dancing 104 because it shows my speciality, my favorite group, as well as my age. Oh my gosh, okay, so I just came up with an amazing idea. You know how a lot of K-pop idols have like a profile where it'll be like name, age, and like position, main dancer, for example? So I think I'm gonna do the same thing with Sunny's bio. Okay, so we're gonna start off my bio with
follow me on my journey to becoming an idol.
Alright, and then we're gonna start my profile. So like main, and then okay, instead of position, let me put speciality, dance. And I think I should add my favorite groups, so that'll be like obviously Twice, and then let me add like some of your suggestions as well.
Blackpink, BTS, Luna.
Oh my gosh, we need to include the word Sunbeam at the end, so it seems like I think these idols are like my mentors or something like that. That'll be so funny. I think I found the perfect photo to use as my profile picture. So I actually took this selfie back in January of 2015, which means that I was 17 years old here, so I guess that's close enough. And oh my god, just look, I was such a baby. I ended up adding a couple of filters to this selfie just to give it more of that K-pop aesthetic. I think Sunny would be pretty satisfied with this picture now. In order to make things look more convincing, I knew I needed to at least have a couple of posts up before I started applying to these auditions. I figured someone like Sunny would probably want to showcase their skills in hopes of getting scouted, so I decided to record a couple of covers. Some people want it all, but I don't want nothing at all. If it ain't you, baby, if I ain't got you, baby. Over the next 2 weeks, I consistently posted these dance covers along with a couple of highly filtered selfies and photos of Sunny's favorite K-pop artists, all complete with really unintentionally cringy and desperate captions. And overall, I think that my profile is looking pretty good. So all that hard work brings us to today, where we will be finally applying for these auditions. I actually spent the whole of last night searching up hashtag K-pop audition on Instagram, and can I just say, almost all of these online auditions looked fake. The only ones that I thought looked somewhat legitimate were by this account called V-Square, and even so you don't apply directly through Instagram, and instead it leads you to a separate, more professional looking audition portal. The rest though looks like they were either run by little kids who were making fake companies with their friends, or they looked like actual scams. And so I saved 10 posts that I thought looked like they belonged to the second category, and we will be applying to those today. So I spent the next few hours applying to all of these auditions, and the whole process actually took much longer than expected. Some of these companies wanted you to send a simple DM.
Hi, I would like to audition for your company.
Some wanted you to send clips to their Gmail accounts. But the dodgiest ones were definitely the Google Docs forms. Oh my gosh, you guys have to see this. Are you a kind and understanding person who will communicate with the members and not fight? I clearly don't have communication skills because I film alone, all by myself, and I have no friends. But you know what? This is Sunny that we're talking about. She's desperate to get into this group, and she will definitely give the right answer. So let's just say yes. I love working in a team. Are you willing to train kind of like a K-pop trainee but not as extravagant? Do these people not know what K-pop trainees go through?
아이돌 걸그룹의 침실 대공개 원조대까지 이곳이 바로 진정한 생계형 아이돌의
Like if that's considered extravagant, then Sunny's gonna have a rough time in this company. Are you shy? It's okay, so am I. Oh my gosh, I cannot. Weird grammar and funny questions aside, some of these forms actually required applicants to divulge really personal information, including some that they definitely should not be sharing with random strangers online. This is so unsafe. I really hope people didn't give out their actual addresses over this random Google Docs form. So I'm finally done applying to all of these auditions. That took so long. But yeah, we're gonna wait a couple of days and see if any of these companies get back to me. Okay, real quick before we jump into the results of my audition, I wanted to let you guys know how you can potentially win BTS's latest album, Map of the Soul 7, or BTS's signature hand collection set, which contains 7 moisturizing and fragrant hand creams. All you have to do is to follow YesStyle on Instagram, give this video a thumbs up, and let me know in the comment section below which song from Map of the Soul 7 is your favorite. This giveaway will be ending in 1 week, and I'll be randomly selecting 2 winners who I will announce in the pinned comment down below. Once again, huge thanks to YesStyle for collaborating with me on this giveaway, and if you haven't done so already, be sure to check out the online store. It's been over 2 weeks since I applied to these companies. A few of these companies actually recognized my face and knew about this channel, which is kind of flattering, I'm not gonna lie, but because of that they thought that Sunny was trying to impersonate me, so they rejected her straight off the bat. However, out of all of the companies that did not recognize me, I was actually accepted by all of them! And turns out one of them admitted to just being a dance cover crew, so shout outs to you, Dreamy Entertainment. but the rest of these companies all claim that they were legitimate. I'm just gonna be going through some of the most interesting conversations that I had. Obviously, these claims are all just alleged, and for legal reasons, I've had to obscure the names and profile pictures of these accounts, but rest assured that I have since reported them, and hopefully Instagram will investigate them and decide what to do. At the end of the day, these alleged scammers can easily make new accounts and new companies, so really the main point of this video is to identify the ways in which these alleged scammers try to manipulate people, as well as what sort of warning signs to look out for. Company is actually a little bit different from the others because it claims to be an online training agency. It says that it provides completely free dancing, vocal, and Korean classes to people who aspire to be K-pop idols. I don't take business or economics or anything like that, but this business model basically just does not seem viable to me. Literally, before I even managed to finish sending my application, this company had already responded with this message. I responded by saying I was really excited to apply, and I proceeded to send the rest of my application. To which this person literally said, "Okay, but you're so cute. I'll send it to the CEO." So I asked when they'd be able to get back to me, and this person said, "The CEO is active right now, so I just sent it to her. It just got back to the CEO and we're in the middle of decision making. We'll get back to you when we have the results." And I thought that would be the end of this conversation, but then strangely, this person started giving me like a bunch of advice. They were giving me advice on my singing, my dancing. Basically, they were giving me training, okay? And I was like, bruh, I haven't even been accepted into your company yet. I mean, I thought the whole point of me auditioning was so that I could join your company in order to receive training. At some point, this person that I was talking to actually introduced himself, and I'm just gonna be addressing him by his nickname, Yang. But I clicked on Yang's Instagram profile and yeah. Anyways, he continued giving me advice, and then at some point he even started giving me missions to complete. Do you mind if I send you songs or anything to dance to or sing to so that I can see what fits you? You don't have to say yes if you're uncomfortable with it. Also, what concept do you think you're most comfortable doing? I obviously said I enjoyed Twice's concept. But I also took this opportunity to ask if this was actually a legitimate company. I was really hoping that Yang would just come clean and admit that this was a company that maybe him and his friends made for fun or something like that. But Yang said, yes, this company is legit. We take things seriously here. So I went along with it and I said, okay, just making sure because I've heard of some scams and stuff. And Yang said, no, we're all working on this. And then he really quickly switches the topic back to my mission, and you'll see him do this a couple of times throughout our conversation. At this point, I really needed to ask, have I actually been accepted yet? Because if you remember earlier in the conversation, Yang said that him and the CEO are still in the middle of decision making. To this, Yang said, yes, practically, because you're the only auditionee I did this with. Now, I have a few songs in mind and concepts. We're going for groups like 4 Minute, Mamamoo, possibly AOA, and basically your... Stop using the wrong form of your. And basically, you're going to be doing dances of groups that have big shoes to fit on the national stage. Well, some concepts I'm picking for you. LOL. So I said I was fine with that and it sounded really interesting, but you know what I was more interested in? Their business model. I was honestly really fascinated by this whole business venture. Like, how were they supposed to turn a profit? Sure, there are a lot of K-pop academies nowadays whose primary purpose is just to provide training. However, they earn money by charging their students fees. But in this case, this company is providing this training for free. So that was exactly what I asked Yang, and in response, Yang said, so, you'll end up in a GC with other trainees, and you give us vids of your audios of dancing, singing, rap, or whatever. Ooh, that grammar. And basically, who we think should debut, debuts. And then your stuff will probably end up posted on the group or company page, and that's that. Wait, hold up, so you're actually debuting trainees. I thought that you're just a training agency. So I said, according to your Insta page, it says that this is a training academy, so I didn't know that you would be debuting a group. But if that's the case, then that'll be super cool. Will the final group have an original song? Yang said, I'm not sure about the original song part, but yes, we're trying towards that. Although we mostly work to strengthen your pre-existing potential skills. Wait, so is it pre-existing or potential? I found a concept I want you to try. He then sent me the dance practice for G-Idol's Lion. And I'm actually planning to do a K-pop countdown for G-Idol one day. So I didn't really want to learn the dance now. And I didn't really want to waste any more time on this company. So I was like, okay, but like, I wasn't gonna learn it. So our conversation ended there. I still do not know what this company's intentions were, but at the very least they were wasting people's time. But if you thought that this company was shady, trust me when I say it's some low-level shit compared to the next two companies we're gonna be talking about. Okay, this next company's intentions are gonna be a lot clearer. They said, "Thanks for your audition, dear. We like your clips, but before we accept you as an official trainee, you'll need to complete one more round of auditions. Okay?" So of course I said, "Thank you, I'm so glad I passed the first round. What do I have to do next?" They said, "You will have to complete our K-pop trainee course. We will send you some vids of K-pop dances and you will learn them and send them to us within the deadlines. Is that okay, dear?" I find the use of the word dear extremely aggravating, but honestly compared to the first company, this is some like really good writing. So of course I said I would be really interested in joining the course. And then they said, "That's great. Because we really like your audition, we gave you a discount and the course will only cost, wait for it, $70 US."
NANI?
Wait, hold up. Firstly, I didn't know I had to pay to audition. And secondly, $70 US for you to send vids of K-pop dances for me to learn. Girl, I can easily go on YouTube and just search up dance practice videos for free. As a 16-year-old, $70 US is quite a lot of money. So I said, wow, that's quite expensive. And then they said, "It is actually really cheap. We will offer one-on-one advice and training from our dance, voice, and image experts. Usually companies don't even offer training to auditionees until they get accepted in the company." At this point, this company was already looking hella suspicious to me, but I was willing to give them the benefit of doubt that maybe they were an online training academy. So I said, "Will this course take place on a portal or website? And do you have a detailed rundown of what would be included in the course? Sorry, I'm super excited, but the course is quite expensive, so I just wanted to make sure it'll be worth it." And this was their response. "We don't have a detailed rundown because the course will be customed. We give challenges and advice based on your ability and talent, so it's different for everyone. The course will be on message." On message, like, I don't know, I'm just envisioning them sending me links to dance practice videos on Instagram Messenger. Like, girl, I'm not paying $70 for that. So no, it's not on a website. I know it can be expensive for you, but this is a discount price. Also, as long as you work hard towards your dream, you can also become famous when you debut and make money, just like K-pop stars.
Why the you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my god, stop lying.
So I said, I'll think about it. Okay, but you only have 48 hours because the trainee spots are highly competitive, so just remember it. 48 hours came and went, I never paid up, and since they said that this trainee position was so highly competitive, I was pretty sure they had already given up my position to somebody else who actually wanted it. So everybody lived happily ever after. Except 3 days later, they suddenly messaged me and they said, "Hi, we saw that you haven't signed up to our course yet. Have you made up your mind yet?" I said, "Hi, I don't think I'll be able to afford it. But wait, I thought my spot is only available for 48 hours. And I kid you not, they said, "Yes, usually it is true, but we really love your audition, so we kept your spot longer." Wait, what? Then one day later, they messaged me again and they were like, "Hello, we discussed it and decided we can give you an increased discount to only 60 USD. This is a one-time opportunity." And then a day later, they messaged me once again. Holy shit, these people would not leave me alone. And they said, "Are you serious about your dream?" There are so many things wrong with this conversation, but obviously the main point is that you should never be paying a company to audition for them in the first place. But I think it's also important to look at how they allegedly tried to manipulate the situation. So if you remember at the start of our conversation, they claimed that this position was only available for 48 hours and that it was like so highly competitive and all of that, which really creates an illusion of scarcity. And what they're trying to do here is to play on our emotions of FOMO, or fear of missing out. It creates a sense of urgency and causes people to make hasty decisions without thinking things through properly. However, after 48 hours, they continuously extended the deadline and lowered their prices, which clearly shows that they were in fact very desperate to just get me to pay for their course. Okay, this last company is just plain creepy, and in order to apply, I actually had to fill out one of those weird Google Doc forms. They responded and said, "Congrats, you have passed our preliminary audition." So of course I thanked them and said I was really excited, and then they said, "Are you ready for the next round of auditions?" Of course I was ready. They said, "For this next challenge, we want you to do a different concept. We plan to debut a group of a more sexy and mature feel. We like your dance covers, but your style seems more cute, so we were wondering if you could do a sexy song." My profile clearly states that I'm actually only 16 years old, and it's so weird to be asking such a young person to be doing like sexy videos. But to be completely fair, in K-pop, there have been a lot of younger idols who have done quote-unquote sexier concepts, and even some of K-pop's most reputable companies have been guilty of sexualizing young idols. So this company asking for sexy dance videos sadly didn't immediately scream scam to me. Don't get me wrong, I obviously disagree with the sexualization of minors, so I'm not justifying this by any means. But it's still important to distinguish between minors doing a mainstream sexy K-pop concept versus straight up child. So I felt it was important to know exactly where this company fell on the spectrum to better understand whether they could possibly be a normal K-pop company with some bad judgment, or if they could possibly be something more nefarious. So I asked, like, how sexy do you mean? They said, "I don't know, maybe you can send us something and we can discuss further. Also depends on what other trainees do. They are also fighting for these spots in our group, so they are working hard on this challenge." Okay, maybe I'm being too cynical, so let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. But to me, this almost reads like they're trying to use the
This opportunity is so competitive
technique to try and push me and pressurize me to do things that I'm uncomfortable with and, be as sexy as possible. But at the same time, they were also purposely being super ambiguous about how sexy they actually wanted this video to be, so that in case I actually sent something explicit and inappropriate and they got caught for it, they could then turn around and act like that wasn't what they had asked for at all. So manipulative. Anyways, I said, "I'm only 16 though. I don't know if I'll be able to dance sexily, and I might get in trouble if my parents find out." To which they responded, "You don't know if you can dance sexy because you haven't tried. If you send us something, then we can see how it goes. If you're not comfortable, that's okay. We don't want to pressurize you. Maybe you just don't have the potential to debut yet, or you lack confidence. But if you're serious about becoming a K-pop idol, you would be willing to try different concepts." Wow, honestly, looking back at this conversation really pisses me off. Don't act like you're not trying to pressurize me when that's clearly what you're trying to do. I'm sure a lot of young and desperate teenagers would look at some of these messages and feel almost guilty for not sending these videos. Which you shouldn't be at all. Like, never let someone pressurize you to do something that you're uncomfortable with. Overall, their manipulative messages combined with their unprofessional Instagram page and their weird Google Docs form all make this company look really, really suspicious. And I just really hope that nobody ended up sending them anything that they might later regret. I received sketchy messages from the other companies as well, but I don't want this video to be too long, so I just went through the most interesting chats. I sincerely hope I didn't reveal anything that could put me in danger with these alleged scammers, but if anything, let's at least make this worthwhile by going through some of the things that we can learn from my experience. Firstly, it's important to obviously make sure that the company you're auditioning for is actually real, and you can do this by looking at their internet presence. All of the companies that I applied for had less than 500 followers, and most of them had really low quality posts. Obviously, there are some new companies that might still have very low engagement on their posts, but they should at the very least have an official website that contains details such as their address, phone number, email, etc. Actual companies usually have a custom email domain. Take for example, auditions@smtown.com, as opposed to the companies that I applied for, which had emails like @gmail.com. When I was applying to these companies, a lot of them asked for very personal details such as my address or zip code. Please make sure you're 100% certain that the company is real, and if you're a minor, check with your parents or an adult before you disclose such personal information. Another thing to look out for is unprofessional writing. So obviously English might not be everybody's first language, and it's understandable if people might make a few grammatical errors here and there. However, if you look at company 1 for example, not only did they have bad grammar, they also had so many spelling errors, and they used a lot of short forms and abbreviations such as LOL and HRU that come off sounding really unprofessional. Other things to look out for is that you should not be paying to audition or work for a company. If anything, it should really be the other way around. If you're a minor especially, definitely think twice and check with your parents before you send anything that could be considered risque to somebody else. Lastly, I did not really manage to get to this stage in any of my auditions, but never sign a contract without consulting a lawyer first. So those are all of the things that I managed to come up with, but if you guys can think of anything else, share it with everyone in the comment section below. As you can see, the entertainment industry can be a dark and seedy place, and this issue extends beyond just K-pop or Instagram. It can happen across different entertainment industries and across multiple platforms.
October 9th, 2012 is the last time Cara Nichols was seen alive. She left Colorado Springs, heading for a modeling shoot in Denver. She has never been heard from since.
In fact, I myself almost fell victim to a modeling scam once. So if that's something that you're interested in, let me know and I might talk about it someday. But that really goes to show that we need to be on high alert and be aware of all of these red flags at all times. Anyways, this video is getting really long now, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe and follow me on my social media, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!